Hello, everybody. This is Mickey Mao with CartoonMoneyPrinters.com. Today is Monday, February 24th, 2025. Um, I am joined today by Kermixalot. Why don't you go and say hey, buddy?
How is everybody doing?
I think I'm good. I hope everybody watching is good. But
Excellent.
yeah, do you want to go over what we're going to talk about today?
Sure. So basically, I'm going to show you an example that I was looking at today. I'm just back testing, and it's on the price action reader indicator that we made and we put up here on our group. Um, so if you look at my screen, Mickey, you can see the screen?
Yep, we're all good.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to put, and Mickey, you can tell me maybe like what hours you would tend to trade. I know you've been kind of just doing more long swings, but maybe you could tell me if you were going to day trade, what hours you'd be looking at, and we can take a look at that time frame. That's what I want to focus on today, is to learn to see what the momentum is going into the time that you're going to be sitting at your desk trading.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my time as like 6 a.m. to like 6 p.m. because after 6, I want to be with the family, the kids, and just relax. I don't really want to trade anymore, and I typically do not hold overnight, so I'm not going to be looking at overnight session. For me, I'm in Eastern Standard Time, New York time, so I'm going to put that up on my screen. Now I have a Mickey, can you go in indicators? And I think this is public. It's called time area shadows. Um, it's another indicator somebody coded for me. It's just to like mark out times of the day. It's very, very simple. Can you let me know if you're able to get that? Time area shadows?
I'm not saying it.
No? Okay. So maybe it's only for me. I don't know. But there's a lot of indicators out there. Or if you need me to try to share the code, I don't know if I can, but you can walk me through it later. So I want to focus on
Well,
Bitcoin.
we got in the CMP package, we got the market sessions.
Okay, all right. But with this, you can define it to the times that you yourself are going to
Yeah, you
trade.
can
So
do that
look,
with ours. Why don't you open up CMP Trader real quick?
okay. Uh,
Yep, that's it.
there it is.
All right, now go
Okay,
to the settings of it.
I'm gonna just hide some of this stuff. Okay, so CMP. I don't know why that one's not working. All right, go to the settings. All right.
All right, go down. Keep going. There we go. So those are 4 market sessions.
Okay.
Um,
Now I'm gonna be usually starting to trade crypto before New York opens. So,
you can adjust the time on it.
oh, you're right. Look at that. Okay. And go back like maybe 3 hours. 13. So I want to go 10. Let me see what that looks like. I did not know. Okay, that's cool. You can adjust that. All right, good. And it won't show me the weekends because on mine it shows me weekends, which I'm not interested in. Okay. So this starts at. Let me get off the 1 minute time frame. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. It's gonna take a minute. There it is. Okay, cool. I like it. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so the green boxes are the areas that I will be trading mostly, and I adjusted it to, I guess that's 5 a.m., which is fine. I get up at 5. All right, so this morning, I'm going to show you what I was looking at. I did not take the short. Okay, I was busy doing, I had clients, so I did not take the short. So I took the long and then the short here, and then I kind of scalped around here. And then I fat fingered out of a short and then got back in. But that was sucky. Anyway, so let me show you what I'm looking at with PAR. Okay, so we're coming into the session here. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to get rid of that. Kind of clean this up a little bit. We don't really need the pivots right now. Okay, that's a little cleaner. Okay, so we're coming into the session, and right here, the ribbons are flat. Okay, they're not going down, so it wasn't an obvious short for me at the moment, right, coming into the day. Now, I wasn't actually looking at it the way I am now because I had thought about it throughout the day, but the red did started to fall, and the blue is still going sideways. Okay, so it's still kind of like, which way are we going to go? And you can see the price actions just kind of chopping around. So generally, everything was just kind of in flux, and it wasn't really, didn't make a decision yet. So now right here, and again, like I said, I was with a client. I missed this, and I'm really pissed about it, but it is what it is. But right here, both the ribbons started to fall, and it created a divergence gap with the 1530 ribbons. This was beautiful. And maybe you didn't get it right here as it started to break, but the next candle, where the candle up here, it poked through the pivot and closed at the lower end below the 250, and that was just beautiful. All right, so that was your beautiful short on that. And again, what I'm looking at is the direction of the two ribbons, okay? And then from there, you get your bias of the day, right? Now, like I said, it was a little bit tougher in the morning with this one, but then again, as soon as they started to fall, and then you had again the divergence gap. That's where the 1530 ribbon comes away from the higher time frame ribbons, and then it starts to revert back to the mean right here. So let's look at some other sessions. Let's go into last week here, and then I'll have you guys just give me a couple points. Okay, so this was Thursday. All right, so Thursday, when you're coming into your session, just take a look at the mid time frame and the higher time frame ribbons. And again, the higher time frame is 600, 720, 880. The blue, the mid time frame is 120, 240, 360, 24, and 6 hour. Okay, so coming into the session, and it's already been bullish, and it's been trending, and it's following the 50 EMA, and the momentum is in confluence. Okay, so they're both going up. Now, I don't really want to long here, right, or here with the 1530 overbought. I want to wait for the dip. Okay, now there was a scalp play here, which I did. I wasn't really using this back test at the time, but once that 1530 came down and made that divergence, we already had our bias. It was bull bias, right? It came down and it went just way under the two ribbons as they were still trending up, and as soon as you got the turn, that was your signal, and that's where I marked the green circle right there. Okay, and then on the way up, okay, so now, and I think I said this in one of the other lessons, if the macro is going up and the trend is bullish, you do not want to take a short on the first turn here, right? With the 1530, you want to wait for a bear div. Now, if the higher time frames are already coming down, as soon as you get a V, you can take it, right? But in this case, you wanted to wait for the bear div, and right here is where you got it, and that was your short scalp, but keeping in mind that the major trend is moving up. So you want to find some levels. I don't have any levels up. I grayed out my pivots for right now, but I bet there was something there. And you have the touch off of the oversold when the 15 and the 30 ribbon touches the oversold while you're still getting uptrend. That's a great place to TP. But there was, like I said, there was probably also a level there. So I just want to point out that it's a great way to kind of get confirmation bias for the time that you're going to be focused on trading. All right. So, and it's not always perfect, but here with this session, this was on Wednesday. You had both the ribbons going up into the session. Now, are you going to long here with the 1530 up here? And then you even got the bear div, so you could have played a short right here. But let's say you missed that 7 o'clock in the morning, and then New York opens, and now you're getting the divergence gaps right here. That was a play. And you can see that was the green circle here, another divergence gap here with the overall macro going up, and here was another play, and that played out nicely. Right? So, Red Dragon, how you doing, buddy?
I do want to point out
all right,
the
good.
importance
You want to chat?
real quick, I do want to point out the importance of market sessions and then trading during those sessions. When you have the market session that you wanting to trade in, like, you know that whales are going to be operating at that time, so it's good to like kind of set yourself a little work schedule of, all right, this is the zone that I'm going to be looking for the most potential trades.
Yeah. And look at the volume.
Oh yeah.
Right? Volume. New York is definitely, out of all the time sessions, New York is definitely the heaviest. Look at that. Here they came in right after the session, but still much heavier than all of this. Well, that's a Monday, so that's not.
The New York session is the last session in the world of the day.
Okay. It's the bookend, huh?
Yeah, it's the bookend.
All right. And you know, it's the biggest market too. So, all right. So here, let's look at a few more. Okay. So here, it was kind of trending up right as we got in, but as soon as we got in, they started to crack, and that's where you had your play. So in this case, this was really your entry right here, the 1530. This was a little tricky. I forget how I did that day. It was 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. But still, the two ribbons are going down. Market goes down. Right. Coming into
You've got session, a hidden bull div there as well, which is pretty sketchy.
Right here? No.
On the lows on the yellow ribbon are getting lower and lower as price is getting higher and higher. And that's a hidden bull div. So
bear div, you mean?
No, it's bullish.
All right, can you tell me where to put my cursor?
The three lows that are in the overnight session between those, the first New York session, that low, and then the next low, and then the low right as the New York, that next one opens. Those three lows, those are your lows of higher price. So you could draw a green line from those three across those three lows.
Okay, I wasn't really seeing the low here. It just seemed like it was all just kind
of well, in real time, if you're looking at it and you don't see you can't see the future, then it looks like it could be making a low, and that's the That's the problem
Yeah.
with
That
seeing
one's a little
hidden
tricky.
divergences or guessing at them.
All right, so we
So
got
those
that.
lows are getting higher, but then on the yellow ribbon, you've got lower lows.
Oh, like right here.
On the lows of the ribbon.
Okay.
I think he's talking about
So the three lows that connect. Yeah, the three lows that connect on the ribbon, the equivalent to price action, those getting lower are effectively price reloading or setting up for a major bear div, but technically it's a hidden bull div, and until the low on price action gets broken, then it's technically valid.
All right, so this is really steep, right?
No, you had it. I'm not sure what you're doing now.
Okay.
So he's talking about in between the two New York sessions, right there. Yeah. So you can see prices climbing up, but the RSI is bouncing lower and lower.
I mean, I see the 1530 going up right here.
The tops are the bear. You can only get bear divs out of tops. I'm talking about the bottoms of the oscillator, the yellow ribbon. The bottoms are where you get bull divs.
That's a hidden bull div. Yeah, okay, you're right. All right.
And that's why I would have been hesitant to take a short there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But that's the thing about, and that's why I think you don't like hidden bull divs or hidden divergences, because a hidden divergence can just be a showing sign of weakness.
Okay. I don't dislike them. They don't stand out to me all the time.
It's probably because it doesn't fit your trading style, for sure. You programmed your brain not to look for them because they're not giving you your hits.
I mean, when it's at the bottom, then you're really in trouble. But this is like right around the midline. So even though it's officially a hidden bull div, I would say it's more so just a sign of weakness that price is about to roll over. So that's why when you get that blue ribbon starting to roll over and then the yellow ribbon spikes,
right,
that's how you're seeing a potential short, I guess.
Well,
am I reading?
This is your short signal right here. Right here is your short signal. It's just that this spike didn't go as quite high as I would normally like to see, and so I don't think that I caught this one here. However, at this point right here, it's obvious that we're coming down with the ribbons, and then here it's in oversold, right? And it barely comes out of oversold, so I may have missed that one too. So this right here was a little bit tricky for me. But generally, I want to just say, look at the direction of the two ribbons, and then take your trades from there. Actually, you know what? I don't have the 5 up. I think
the scalp time frame does have or the multi RSI scalp does have a bear divergence.
Oh yeah, that's actually Swollen in our group. He's working on this right here. I'm testing it out for him. Here, let me put the 5 minute on here. I think it's just because I didn't have a low enough time frame. Okay, see, okay, right here. Here we go. The 5 minute, you see the bear div right here? That's perfect. Let me open it up a little bit for you. Alright, that's just because I didn't have the 5. You see it, Astro? Right here? Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. And then price made the high there. And then so if you took that on the 5 minute, right? and your stop is just over swing high, you're golden. You're golden. Now, the only hesitation would have been that the blue ribbon was kind of starting to push up a little bit there. So, if anything, maybe we waited till over here or something for a 5-minute spike. But let me let me move on with the red and blue ribbon. Okay, so here the
I do have a quick question. Do you change time frames while you are, like, if you want to get a precise entry, do you jump from the 15-minute to the 5-minute ever, or the whatever 3, 6?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm ready to strike, I strike from the 5.
Because I feel like the PAR gives its best data when you're on the time frame that includes the thing you're looking at. So like that 5-minute time, that 5-minute PAR on the 15-minute, it might look a little different. If you jump to the 5-minute, it might give you a really awesome, obvious entry.
Yeah, no, it's you know what? When you here, let me go back. If you put it on the 5-minute, but you scroll out like this, then it's still going to end up being the same. You know what I'm saying? Or you scroll in. In a way, you're right, but I can make the 5 look like the 15 by zooming in 3x. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Or did I lose you?
That makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mostly just notice problems when I'm trying to, like, I'm looking at the weekly chart and I only have access to the 1-day PAR data.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Looking at PAR on a weekly, it's like, yeah, that's pointless to me. I'm gonna look at like a higher time frame RSI or something like that, but no, you don't want to look.
Yeah, that's what Money Minter is for.
Right. Yeah. Money
you want
Minter
that money flow and momentum and RSI, get all that
give
stuff.
You like the real picture on daily, weekly, monthly. Sure. Was this where we were back over here? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So here's the 5-minute, right? And yeah, it's a bull div or a bear div right here. And then you just take it, and then you kind of wait and see what happens with the 1530. And that's technically a bear div on the 1530 right there too. So you take it, and luckily that just went straight down after that, so you're good. You want to give me another coin to look at? Okay, here.
Yeah. I want to look at hype, and what was another one I wanted to look at?
Perp or spot?
Let's do spot.
Any particular time? Last week? This week?
I mean, let's do last week. Let's do the weekend.
Well, these aren't going to show up on the weekend because they're in New York.
Yeah, let's do Thursday, Friday then.
Okay. I mean, we could change the time, but that's just what I have up right now. Okay. So, Thursday. Alright, so Thursday. So, already right here, you're looking at this. It's not directly coming off the bottom. I mean, and the 4-hour ribbon's already overbought, right? So you just kind of want to give yourself all the scenarios before you get into your trading zone. So right here you say, okay, well, the higher time frame is creeping up. And the 4-hour is overbought. That's going to take effect before the higher time frame. So my bias is, look out for a short, and now I'll watch the 1530, right? I'm not gonna short with the 1530 here, and well, not even in the session yet. Okay, 1530 is rising, so I'm not gonna short yet. I'm not gonna short, and then you got your V. Okay, and you can. So I generally wouldn't take that right there, and 1530 just fell too quick. So I would have had to wait till, I don't know, I couldn't have traded that probably. Not based off of par. Let's see what the money minter did on that one. Gator.
I just go to invite only.
I click it. There it is. This up a little. Alright, so do you see? I mean, it's not a bare div on the money minter, and the money flow was going up here too.
Yeah.
That was a tricky one. Like somebody just came in out of nowhere and just like squashed it. It seemed like that was tough. I mean, I see a long right here when the 1530 had the divergence gap, but because the ribbons are kind of, the 4 hour was falling down and the 12 hours flat for the most part, that would be been a
Yeah, I think it's just too new of a coin. It probably doesn't have enough market cap.
Yeah, and this is spot too. You want to look at the perp and see if it's any different?
Yeah, we could look at perp. I don't think it'll be any different, but we'll see.
All right. And this was last Thursday and Friday, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Let me go to the 15. Like I said, I'm only going to go to the 5 if I'm narrowing down for a trade. All right. Thursday, Friday. Okay, here we go. Alright, Thursday here. Okay, the ribbons. I think it is clearer. You got the 4 hour clearly coming down as we get into the session. Right? And then I had the rollover of the 1530. I think this is a lot more clear, actually. And you got the, the wave came up here and the money flow was going down. So I think that was more clear for a short on hype. But coming into the session, the 12-hour ribbon is slowly creeping up, and the 4 hour is riding along the overbought. So until it does this action over here, this was at the end of the session, right? So I wouldn't be concerned about that going in. But this was obviously clear. 1530 rolled over, and this would have been the short, and that was also, and again, I don't have all the pivots up, but this was a rejection of the monthly pivot as well. So, and let's look at Friday then too. You said not Thursday, Friday. Okay, going into the session, both of the ribbons are clearly coming up. They're getting overbought, so you definitely want to have caution. And I've noticed that a lot of times when they're just getting into overbought, you can get the blow off top. And when they're just getting into oversold, you can get the blow off bottom. And that seems to happen a lot. That's also something to be very aware of. But we crossed over a quarterly and yearly pivot right here with the 4-hour and 12-hour coming up. Okay, so maybe you don't want a long, because you're just coming into the session, you just woke up, and you're like, oh, I missed this move. Well, you don't want a long here or here, but you had a 5-minute dip here and a nice 5-minute dip here, where this is a hidden bull div going back to the lower lows over here, because this 5-minute never came down that low on the way up. So yeah, this was a hidden bull div at the top of the overbought. So this is get in, get out, right? Let's look for one where the ribbons are dropping. Looks like on every session the ribbons have started coming up. Here we go. Alright. So again, the 4-hour is going to act faster. It's up and overbought. You had a bear div right here on the 1530. So that was your signal right there. Bear div on the 1530 with the 4-hour overbought, but it didn't. The 4-hour did not roll over yet. So you're coming into the session, and what I would do here is wait for this to start rolling over, and then you get a 5-minute spike up, either here or here to get in. This was a good re-entry right here, because at this point, you already had your short signal. It's not been invalidated yet. It would have to close up over here, over the word New York, and the 4-hour rolled over, so you are taking the trade in the direction and on the 5-minute, 15-minute spike right here. So yeah, the perp is more clear for me, actually. Red Dragon, you got a coin want to look at? Hey, buddy. Go in chat. Act. How you gonna? Hey, welcome in. All right, let's look at Act. Give me a weekday, or you want to look at it right now? Probably want to look at it right now. It's on the list. All right. Now we're obviously not in New York session right now, but we can kind of take a look at it right now and figure out what the bias is going to be. Oh, you know what? I have to I don't have the sessions up on this one. I do actually. Get rid of that. Like that. Okay. That's alright. We don't need it. RT, you're on. You're basically the same time frame as we are, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So right now, this one is pretty obvious to me, and you see, there's a 15-minute golden pocket right here. I really like those, by the way. Those are always up on my charts. I don't have any levels up. You might want to check the levels, but it's clear that right here is an area that you want to break and hold. But the 4-hour and the 12-hour are turning up. Now they're just getting turning here, right? So you want to play off the 1530, and you had. You know what? We're gonna add a little bit more. I have this. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Hold on a second. Just a little something that I can step on and put a stop at break even. All right, so let me show you what I see. Right here. 1530, bull div. Alright, boom, boom. And it looks like it wants to break that golden pocket. I don't know why this coin is so strong. It barely even got hit today. Really, I mean, this was all of today. As everything went crashing down, it just went sideways. You have any feedback on it? I know you're in and you like it. But yeah, the bias is up. So let me just draw something here. Okay. And this is not literal at all. Never take my lines literally. But let's say, boom, you get a nice 1530 dip there. I have no idea how deep it's going to go. It could just go below the 0 line and come back up. But this is where I would like to re-enter, or maybe not that deep right here. Goes up. And then you wait for another dip, and you just look for these 5-minute dips, right? And I'll kind of point them out right here, right here, right here, right? Because it's hard to go wrong, especially if the coin is trending. It's hard to go wrong getting in at these deep V's on the 5-minute. Here, right? So you'd get in here, you would have got in here, you would have got in here, and you're good to go. So that's my outlook on that. And then over here, with the ribbons coming down, you're just following the lines. That's the title of the lesson. The macros going down, you wait for the spikes up. So here's the spike up on the 5, right? That would have been a short there, or a short right here, right? So the 5-minute is good to, that's your trigger. And then the 1530 is kind of confirmation. You want to see that kind of act. It's going to follow the 5-minute. See, like here, 5-minute went up, 1530 followed it. 5-minute went up and peaked, 1530 took a little bit longer, right? If you waited for that, you'd get in also, but a little bit later. Yeah. And the narrow CPR, there was only 3. I put the list in watch list of all the narrow CPRs. Out of 300 coins, I found 3. So as I was saying in the voice in the chat, that just tells me that it's probably going to be super choppy tomorrow. You could get some nice moves. It could be, I think it's going to be volatile choppy tomorrow. And then we'll see if it's going to roll over more, or if it's going to come up and get a liquidity grab higher and then take us back down. I need another coin, guys. Red Dragon.
Zao.
Oh, Zao. Okay, I see it now. Right. That's gold, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's gold.
Zao.
Oh, XAU. It's the chemical signal.
I just realized when you save your layouts, you can add emojis to them, and it makes it far more entertaining.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you show me later. You try to show me now. It's not going to end well. That would be great. I would love that. All right. Toji, what session do you want to look at, or you just mean like right now?
Just right now.
Okay. All right. So let's say we're coming into a session, or you're sitting down to trade. The ribbons are going up. All right. So that's setting my bias for now. And it's obvious that we keep making lower lows. We're only on the 15-minute. So you want me to look at higher time frames, I can. But if we're just looking at the here and now, and you had a 5-minute and a 15:30 dip right here. So that was obviously a good entry. And right now, the 15 just made a bull div. I'm going to zoom in because it's hard to kind of point it out. Yeah, I'll draw it. It's a tiny one, right? But it doesn't always matter. Tiny or not, they still work. Right? Boom, little baby bull div there. So I would say any close below, below here would be a little bit detrimental, I think. But it's looking pretty good. Let's get it over 3K, please. Maybe daily and out. Yeah, I'll go higher time frame, sure. Daily, or let's do hourly. Now you see, the ribbons aren't gonna change much. If anything, yeah, the hour. If you really want to get an overall look at the 4-hour and 12-hour ribbon, you do probably want to look at the 1 and 4 hour. Okay, but it's clear that they are moving up on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour, and then we'll do daily. I mean, you see the trend. It's pretty obvious. All right, so the 4 hour starts to squeeze it a little much, but it's really daily's not gonna be so great. But you see, 4 hour, if I just keep zooming out 4 times, it's gonna have the same look as the 1 hour. Remember how the 1 hour looked? Right? If I zoom out enough, now we're back to the way it looked when we were on the 1 hour. So it really doesn't matter all that much. But yeah, that's still uptrend. I mean, I'd be a little bit concerned about a pullback though at some point, just because it's just been up for what? I mean, this has been a month, and this has been 7 weeks straight up gold. So I would be a little concerned. And then looking out here, you do see a potential bear div on the red ribbon here. Right? So I don't think it's a good time to long spot gold. I mean, it's been trending up, but it's just not the best risk reward, in my opinion. But feel free to say something or disagree or whatever. But
we could do either ETH or fart coin.
All right, let's do fart coin. But my son didn't get as big of a kick out of it as I thought. But he liked Jelly Jelly.
It's not for your son. It's for me.
No, I know. All right, what time frame and when?
Let's do last Monday, a New York session, New York Open.
Last Monday, a week ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's on the 17th. Okay, here we go. All right, so it started. All right, there you go. Pretty obvious when New York started. Boom, right here. So, all right. So you
Real
go
quick,
to where you're.
Look at that. It consolidated over the weekend, and then it swept that high and then dumped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a classic move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Overall, the 12-hour was, kind of trending down. It's a little bit weird. It had some weird spikes on it. But the 4-hour, the blue ribbon, that is obviously trending down. So going in to the session, right? It's been coming down for 2 days. So your bias is probably sell the pump, right? Short the pump. And with this intense 1530 inverted V with the bias already there, you take that, and right here you might be, oh, I'm a little bit concerned about that, but there was literally no drawdown. And then because when you get now here, I'm going to show you the difference between this spike and this spike. Okay, here it was clear that the 4-hour was now coming up. Okay, it actually made a it's not a bull div. I thought this might have been a bull dip, but this price is actually higher. But it doesn't matter. Both the 4-hour and the 12-hour were coming up. So that's why this was not as shortable as this. Alright? Because you had the overall coming down on that one. And that's what makes a difference. Again, here, the 12-hour started coming up. Right? So that's Fartcoin. And let's take a look at it now, because I think a few guys got in it. Alright. So it's early. It could work. You also have a bull div on the 1530. So I could see why that was a good grab. It's not yet confirmed that it's going to play out into a longer swing, but that was definitely a nice bull div. I'll point that out. Middle of the ribbon here. Middle of the ribbon. Okay, so that's right. It's a hidden bull div. Right? It's down a tiny bit where this is coming down way steeper. Right? So hidden bull div on the 1530. It made a nice sharp turn and confirmed the turn. All right, if they make a sharp turn and then just roll over, that's no good. But this has had, I mean, this is 4 hours of candles already. So let me go to the 15 minutes so we can see it a little bit closer. All right. So here's the turn on the 1530, and now finally the 4-hour is flattening out. Okay, but we're not out of the woods yet with it. But what I think is going to happen, right? The 12-hour just got, completely thrashed. I mean, it's got way down to minus 30. Okay, so I think that's going to start working itself up. And let me show you what I'd like to see in the morning for me to look for scalp longs. 12-hour, we'll play around a little bit, and that's 2 o'clock in the morning. 3, I mean, I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I want to see it start moving up. So I want to see that on the red, and then this on the blue, right? I don't care if it dips in, but it comes as long as it starts to come up, right? Okay, if I see this and they're clearly coming up, right? Then I'll just simply find out where that 1530 is in the morning. I did not buy Fartcoin, but let's see here. Right. This is 4 a.m., 5 a.m. All right. I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I missed it. This price is going way up, right? Well, you know what? There's always another opportunity. And maybe it diverges quite a bit and we get a divergence gap, right? Right? Then I can set my alert on the 15 minute. When it crosses the 0, hit me up. or somewhere down here near the oversold zone and just wait for a move down. And as long as these are not rolled over, they're going to kind of pull back a little bit when the 1530 comes down. That's natural, right? But as long as the overall trend is up, as soon as this sucker turns, that's my trade. That's where I went along. Barcoin swing now. All right, let me look at radium. Sex chart wrong on what? On Fartcoin? Yeah, but I can't draw on radium. And I don't have the PAR on it, so. If you wanna, oh, okay. Fartcoin, and then Ray. Tell me the symbol to get there. I'll wait for you. Fartcoin. Needs soul pair. Okay, so Fartcoin soul. That? Okay, there it is. Which one? The top? I want to do the top one. That's wrong. That's wrong. It looks pretty much the same, dude. I don't really. It's like it's the same picture. Check all time. Check the 4 hour. Yeah, you see the thing with PAR doesn't really matter what time frame, as long as it's under a day. It's the same thing. It's just now it's just condensed. And again, if I zoom out and scroll out, right, it's gonna start to look the same as where we just were. Right? So I was on the 15-minute, now we're on the 4 hour. If I zoom in like
All right,
16 times.
now he's asking you to smell the fart.
I don't see that out here. You're making shit up.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing that's funny with me is people. They're always like, dude, what time frame? Your time, like it. I mean, obviously it matters in a lot of things in trading, but with PAR, it's doesn't. It's the lower the time frame, the more clear you can see it, and then from the low time frame, you can just kind of zoom out if you want to stretch it a little bit. But yeah, the 12 hour. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. On this template, the red is the 4 hour, and I was getting them confused, so I apologize for that. But on the 12 hour, it's about ready to make a bull div. Let me show you this here. That. Right? It's not confirmed, but again, that's 12 hours. So when I wake up, if that is curled up and closed, then that's going to be confirmed, and Fartcoin could be on its way. I'm not worried about getting in late on this. You see why I said 0.2779? Well, I don't have any levels on my screen, so I don't know. I know that you picked a rate, number, and level. I just don't know why you picked that. Why did you pick that level? Oh, it's price. Oh, great price action before it went on the sex, right? All right, so let me look at daily. Oh, you're talking about right here? Well, when did it get on the centralized? What date? Yeah, what date did it get centralized? I'm on the daily. How far do you want me to zoom out? Years ago?
We're looking at the beginning of the fart.
When the fart had exited the body. Alright. I mean... is this, I mean, this hammer was pretty significant, and that's kind of where it's bouncing. It's definitely a support resistance level there. Apu, I got the whole history. I mean, this is the one you told me to look up, Solana. This is when it started, right? November? I'm gonna wait. I mean, I do see a support resistance level right here. Here, I'll draw it. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, look at that. Yeah. Dash. Right there. So yeah. If we hold here, yeah, this could be an amazing swing. If we hold, right? So yeah, I might actually throw some in then. And then just put a stop maybe. Oh, that's way too far. Maybe put a stop at like 22. It's like 20% move down. So maybe I'll go like 3x. But I'm really interested tomorrow waking up and looking for some nice divots on the 5 to get into this sucker for leverage. I mean, the 3x isn't going to do a whole lot for me. I'll ask about what par setting.
It will if you add like 15,000 to it.
Right. If it doesn't, yeah. No, it's a great level. Yeah. It's definitely a good level. I can make a video about. Oh yeah, Toji. It's 10 o'clock, so I'm pretty much checked out, but I'm here to just chit chat right now. Yeah, I'd love to see a video on it. Let me know. And hit me up as soon as you can. And if you want to share it with the group, great. But definitely DM it to me, and love for any of you guys to share anything. I don't know. Do you have right one on that chart doesn't? Yeah, it looks a little bit different. Look at the 4 hour. There, does that look more? See, it's just squeezed in now.
Oh, there we just discovered it. Like... The dinosaur is the one that did the fart.
Right?
It was him.
Yeah, Hapu, you just have your chart like this. There, now it looks similar, right? I mean, that's the thing with charts. You can always make them look however you want. Alright. So, yeah. But I definitely see that level. It's no doubt a great level. I get it. There's no way what's happening, Astro. What is he? Oh, the move back to 2.4. I don't throw anything out in crypto anymore. I think I just damaged it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Anything else? Look at your sex chart. Okay. All right. Let me look at the sex chart. Fart coin and sex and everything else that's dirty. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, yeah, because it just started later. This is December, dude. The Solana one started down here in November. So this is just late. Okay, I get it. But the PAR looked pretty similar. Let's take a look at that. Okay, let me delete the drawings and let me take a look at the PAR. And let's get on the same time frame. Let's do 30 minutes. And let's do, I mean, I'm just guessing, but that's 30 minutes, and that's probably like 100 candles there. Okay, so look at the blue and look at the red, right? And now let's go to Fartcoin Solana. Fart on your soul. And that's about 100 candles. All right, you see they look almost identical to me. Does anybody disagree that the 12-hour and the 4-hour kind of look the same? I mean, even though there's like a month less data on the other one, because I think what's important is what has happened in the past like 3 to 5 days. Because remember, PAR is a low time frame. You know, it's 4 hours. It's 12 hours. So that's why the ribbons are pretty much the same. But yeah, the level stood out a lot more when you showed me the Solana. I get it. I totally agree. Alright, cool. Hampu? We good?
All right. Well, let's.
Awesome. Thanks for the kind words in chat. Yeah, I know some, you know.
We could talk about that often.
We'll try to just work together, you know, and help each other out, you know, the best we can.
All right, buddies. Thanks for joining us. You guys can stay in the chat. I'm just gonna end the live stream. So everybody, thanks for joining us. If you want to come check out this community, we had some really cool, awesome people here that I'm really happy with this group. So go to www.cartoonmoneyprinters.com. You can get a month free access to try us out for size. You get all the indicators, a few of which we went through on the stream here. And I hope to see you guys.